watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our channels, networks. I'm Mike Morales here in the sunny heartbeat of Southern California in San Gabriel. And that gentleman out there is?
Rick Levy in Escondido, California.
Rick and I have the distinction of going to taste and dissect this mezcal. I have been chasing these guys, watching them for 3, maybe 4 years. They have been in Mexico.
Look at all that gold.
Yeah, look at all that hardware that they've won. In the meantime, they've been winning international awards. This is Mezcal Popol Vuh, and that's a mouthful. We didn't get any additional information, but there's plenty of information in the back, and this is
Spanish.
In Spanish, but I will translate for you. Okay, this is the espadín. He has 2 expressions, and believe it or not, the folks at Popol Vuh, his name is Gonzalo, they moved heaven and earth to get these bottles to us. As you can see, they're taped with samples, and they had to release them from the border. Did you see the paperwork on these?
Oh, yeah. A stack of paperwork.
It's a stack of paperwork. I never realized. I knew it took a while. It took 2 to 4 years to get your brand from the distillery or the palenque into the United States before you could even start selling it, right? But the paperwork involved in just 2 bottles is incredible, and it's all in like duplicate and triplicate in English and Spanish. Holy cow, man! So anyway, we appreciate the folks there at the Casa Popol Vuh. I will explain what the name means, but first we're going to taste it. We're going to dissect it, tell you the ins and outs later on. I'm going to use my Stasel Jarrito for mezcal, which has got the wider mouth. Aha! Yes! He's just going downstairs to his wine cellar because his tequila cellar is upstairs. There he is.
I pulled out the tequila glasses by mistake.
I want to make sure that I tell folks it's a 42 ABV. Okay, so it's slightly above what we would consider a gateway in the United States, but I guess the 42 ABV is becoming more and more popular, and we're just breaking the seal, folks, just right now. And the cork is a synthetic cork, so not that doesn't make any real difference, but it's just nice to know, in case there's ever some strange aroma. Oh wow!
Yes,
beautiful. Holy cow! Wow, that's a big nose already. Holy cow! Okay, I'm gonna pour some here in my Stasel Jarrito. Oh, and look, Rick, bubbles.
It's your favorite.
I love bubbles. That's, again, as we like to say, it's not an indication of quality, but it is it's a good sign. Okay, it's a good señal. As you can see, they're big winners. The stuff that they've got like 6 medals, 5 medals from the Concours de Bruxelles. These are all these are international spirit selection. It's in French. Oh my God, these guys have been. I guess it's really big in Europe as well. Look at the legs and tears on that. Wow. It's taking a while before it actually is still clinging to the glass before they stream. Wow. That's pretty. Yeah, just breathing the nose, just inhaling the nose was holy cow, man. This thing traveled from Mexico to us. I mean, and it stayed in a secure location for a while before it was released to us here. So, oh man, that's bright. It's fruity.
Right. Exactly.
It's funny. In the bottle, I thought it was a bit smokier. I was expecting that, but it's not really.
It's very light on the smoke.
Yeah.
It's very espadín forward.
very virtually no alcohol too. Did you notice that? There's no alcohol
Right.
staying at 42.
Yeah.
Wow. Now I'm getting the pretty legs and tears. There we go. Oh, yeah. Streaming. That's nice.
Yeah.
Streaming like Netflix. Holy cow. Okay, well, let's see.
Oh, this looks great.
I got fruit on the nose, very, like you said, very espadine forward. You and I have had a few now at 42 and above, and it seems like at 42 you can tell right off the bat what you're getting if it's below or above the flavor profiles are maybe more intense or nose anyway. Now it says on the label it's artisanal, so that means could mean a lot of things. We received no information on how they make it unless it's in Spanish, and I'll have to reread that label. But artisanal usually means that it's done in a more handcrafted way.
Also, on the Espadine bottle, it is actually in English.
Oh, good.
So,
what's it telling us?
Is a tribute to the book Origin of Life, a legend, which is arguably one of the most valuable legacies of pre-Hispanic thinking, defining the creation of the world and civilization. Within the fables, an indigenous priest, an expert on the secrets of the ancient world, wrote it, while certain people believe it was written by other wise men. Whatever the case may be, it is now up to you to create your legend. So nothing about the production method.
Nothing about the production. That's okay. That was a legend I was going to get into. It. I actually did just before I came on screen here. I did a little searching on what Popol Vuh, what that means, and we'll get to that as soon as we taste it. I think I'm ready to dive in. Oh.
Oh man.
Wow.
It's obvious why it's got all this hardware.
It's just sweet. The entry's sweet, and then at mid palate it kind of explodes a little bit, because of the intensity.
Yeah.
A little pepper. What a nice long finish, though.
Yeah, nice and warm going down.
Yep.
You get the lots of pepper building into the finish, and I can actually taste a little bit of the smoke in the a little bit more than what I was picking up in the nose.
Yeah, it kind of clings to your palate now, especially if you let the liquid linger, which is a lot of what we do. We, if we can, of course, we're practiced, the higher the ABV, the tougher it gets, but we can handle that too because we're professionals here. So, but
don't try this at home, kids.
Yeah, don't try this. Unless you're practiced or you have our catador course, and then you'll be able to practice with water because that's how we did it to begin with. This is now see at every pass I can just tell it's the smoke will start to cling, but it's like an afterthought.
Just an accent.
Yeah, it's like another layer, of complexity. But this is really beautiful. It's so sweet. It's like you know what it reminds me of? Did I do this with you, Rancho de Luna?
No.
No, okay. I can't remember. If you look at the Rancho de Luna review, the flavor profile reminds me very much of it because it's very on the sweet side and more almost fruity, a hair under floral, I think, on the nose. But wow, man.
Yeah, this is just a beautiful representation of the Espadine.
Yes. And if you're familiar, if Espadine is your go-to, then you're familiar with what that tastes like. It's a bit brighter. It's not as woodsy as maybe some of the older agave that take longer to grow. And we're going to try one of those because they sent us one other expression. What is it? Is it Tobola?
Tobola.
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 Wait, that's good. I gotta love. Oh, man, I love this. Mm.
As the retronasal.
Now I'm getting more of the. I think there's more like wet cement and clay. I haven't been able to search for any information on this brand. I do know that it's considered as artisanal, I believe, because there are some. Yeah, it's artisanal, so it has to be made in a certain method, versus what's the word I'm looking for? Not traditional, ancestral. Ancestral means that there's no metal touching it, basically. But with artisanal, they can use a shredder if they have it. I don't know. I would imagine that they're still using wooden vats. They're still fermenting with fibers. And wow, it's kosher. Holy cow. See that? The circle U.
Wow.
It's kosher, folks. So, hey, happy Passover. Because that's what we're doing right now. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Good Friday today.
Yeah, today's Good Friday for those of us on the Catholic side of the cross. But I can see, like you said, I can see why it's a winner, because it's virtually flawless.
Right.
I like this. I prefer the mezcals at above 40 if you can get them. 42 seems to be now there are a lot of them Mexico only sometimes that are coming in at 42 as a somewhat of a gateway, but there are still plenty of them coming into the States at 40 ABV. The only thing that I found on Popol Vuh, the name, what this is the text recounting the mythology and history of the Quiche people. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. One of the Mayan peoples who inhabit the Guatemalan highlands, Mexican Chiapas, Campeche, and Quintana Roo, which of course is Cancun, and areas of Belize. So this is not Aztec. It's even older. It's Mayan, and I'm totally in love with this. I dig it. It should never have been kept in Mexico only for this long. I don't know what their plans are. I don't know if they're actively seeking to come into the United States. I imagine for those of you watching us in Europe, because we get a lot of folks in Ireland, the UK, Australia now, plenty in Australia, that are seeking this. And obviously these are all international metals. So people in France, people in Brussels, wine people are enjoying this. Bring it to the States, okay? So you can become legendary too. That's cool. I like it. I like it a lot. I think you'll agree with me, man. Brand of Promise nominee. Definitely. It's gorgeous. It's Popol Vuh. And now, if you're watching us on YouTube, if you've had it before, write us a comment. Let us know. Subscribe first of all. Hit the notification bell. Give us a like. You can follow us on Instagram. Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, all of those. And if you've had it, let us know what you think. What do you do with it? Would you use this in a cocktail, Rick? You're the cocktail guy.
Oh, you could definitely use this in a cocktail, but it's certainly a sipper.
Oh yeah.
And, this could really brighten the right cocktail. If you've had bad experience with mezcal, if you haven't liked some of the more smoky ones, you could give this a try. I'm sure you'll like it. If you want to try to convert some of your friends, this would be a good one.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is.
Or you could just hide in your house in quarantine and enjoy it all on your own.
Yeah, that's right. Drink all you can. But that's our take on Popol, and this is the Espadin. But if you stay with us, we are going to do the Tobola, and I'm looking forward to that because if it's got the same quality hand of the maker like this one does, I'm going to dig it. The one thing that's missing on this one, and I'm not sure why. Well, that's because it's not being imported, I think, into the States, or maybe they have it covered with the seal. There's no hologram on holographic seal on this bottle, and I believe that's only done in the States, if I'm not mistaken. But hey, it doesn't matter if you're vacationing or we finally get around to be able to visit other countries and you see this around, you're looking for great mezcal, and you're up in Cancun, maybe. That's it right there. So,
I did find a price on this at Old Town Tequila. They have it right now for $55.
Oh, that's cheap.
Yeah,
that's cheap for this quality. Back up the truck, man.
For a full-size bottle, fantastic mezcal.
Yeah. Do it. Get all you can, folks.
OldTownTequila.com.
Yeah, get it. Go get it. Anyway, that's our take on the Espadin for Popol Vuh. Mike Morales here in Southern California. That gentleman out there is
Rick Levy, also in Southern California.
You've been watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media, all of our channels and networks. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast. And hey, whatever you do, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely.